What is up? I should do app images instead of Flatpak. Good idea. App image is not as marketable a name as Flatpak. Flatpak is like something you buy for $4.99 at Target. You know what I mean? Whereas app image is like some European thing. Flatpak makes you think of IKEA. Yeah, actually, isn't that the name of IKEA's packaging? Actually, are they going to get sued for copyright infringement, trademark infringement? Charlie subshapes. What is up, people? All right, so we're picking up where we left off and just figuring out the couple of holes left in our size handling. Got some Flatpaks for breakfast. That's good. Only Americans are going to get that joke, and maybe Canadians, because nobody else will get that joke. I doubt that the person who just said hi from the UK gets that joke. Came here just because of Docker and Kubernetes. Yeah. You're American and you don't get that joke. Yeah, pancakes. They're called flapjacks, not officially, but that's just, for some reason in America, we have several slang names for pancakes. And flapjacks is one of them. And that's what I'm saying, like probably no other country says that. Maybe Australia. It sounds Australian actually, doesn't it? Or New Zealandish. Maybe we didn't make up that name. Flapjack is a pancake. It is not a crepe. What are you talking about? You have in Canada. What was the joke? I don't know. Someone made a Flatpak joke. It's scrolled off now. Yeah, we also just call them pancakes. Although when I search on Google image for flapjacks, I'm also seeing a lot of some weird kind of like oat bar. Is that like, is that slang for oat bar in somebody else's language? I don't get it. There's like a lot of this on Google Images. More than pancakes, in fact, which is really weird to me. That's what they are in the UK. Okay. I gotcha. So maybe when we declared independence from your country, we lost that part of the culture because we were too stupid to remember how to make most of the foods, but we remembered pancakes, and that was the closest we could get to oat bars. That's my theory. Yeah, I don't know why people would want to eat oat bars. That doesn't make any sense to me. Do I plan on targeting Raspberry Pi? Not anytime soon. Not anytime soon. Why is this not? Oh, because it's not, okay, wait. It's not building the test that fails, is it? It's asserting. Let's do no jobs. It's asserting. So why isn't this asserting? The hell? Dash no job. What? Stop it. Dash no jobs. Okay, there we go. So today the big parallelization is supposed to happen. I don't think we'll get there yet. Who knows? Maybe. I mean, it's bedtime soon. I just wanted to do a stream before that. But it's definitely getting there. We need to see. The line count has been slowly going down. So it worked today. I probably cut another 15 lines and again there's like the main loop of the compiler, and I've been improving that a lot. Oh, I have to write myself a note. I'll just write it on this paper. Oh, I'll just write it in the to-do. What am I thinking? So in a separate section, deal with the sleeps in the main loop. Okay. So, attempt to take size of unhandled type. It's probably one of those modified string types. Right? It's, oh wait. Okay. This is like a rogue type. This is a type that somebody created that has literally no meaning. Like every field is 0, which is not okay. You've actually never been to Hacker News? Good, stay away, man. You've been Hacker News, you've never heard of GraalVM? Well, now you know. Now you know about this very important system that everybody should be informed. What part is specifically being parallelized? Well, what we're really doing is cleaning up the pipeline so that we will be in a place to make a couple parts of it parallel. There's a couple parts later in the pipeline that I think will be easy enough to parallelize that'll eventually save us at least 100 milliseconds of compile time, maybe 150. But we have to get there first. We have to clean up certain bad stuff that's been happening. And we're mostly done with one of those. There's two parts. One is initializing the size field on types, right? The syntax tree nodes that represent the types of variables in the language. We are most of the way through that, I would say. And then I have to clean up the thing that adds types to the type table, which is the serialized structure. Well, actually not quite serialized yet in bytecode, but the structure that gets exported to your program with information about what the types are. And that should be easier in theory once this is done, but we'll see. You're starting to doubt that I've ever actually written any JavaScript. I actually I have written a very small amount of JavaScript, but it was like before I started working on Braid. So this was like 2003 or something. And by small amount, I mean literally like 30 or 40 lines. I have also programmed in PHP, by the way. Just putting that out there. Have I worked with WordPress? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. This type is not cool. I suspect this is one of those bugs I was talking about, where we set the size and then fill it out. Okay. So, or at least, so this string thing has to happen first. What does infer modifier do? Oh, it's pointer modifier. Okay. This fills out important things on that type. So we have to do the thing after. So like, that has to go like that. See, this is the thing. These are in the wrong order because here we're making a new thing where we make a like, I think this should be up here. Okay, I hope I'm not screwing this up. I think this will do the same thing as what we just had. Let's see, we might have broken something. Let's see. What is happening? Oh, right. Because we haven't set that. Oh, it's working better. It's working better. Oh, okay, well, we got further. Somewhere in old bugs. Line 3111. This is going to be annoying to try to reproduce because these things don't really run by themselves. I don't know how to frickin' compile it. Let's, before we do that, let's make sure the game still runs because I might have broken something. Oh, it's just taking time. It's just taking time to go. I still haven't read this article that people linked called "Programming Doesn't Require Talent or Even Passion." Sure seems like a great article. It's also, it says at the top, 5-minute read. And that way you know that you're not going to read anything too deep or thoughtful because it's just 5 minutes and then you move on with your life. The plan for the night is we are trying to finish the thing about type stuff. Now, what I'm going to do, rather than just pop out the debugger on that other problem that just came up, I'm just going to do a visual look through for my calls to set inferred type and my calls to conditional init size, and make sure they happen like at the end. Because like I said, that, you know, it's bad if that's not happening. So that's what we were just looking at. That's what we were just looking at. No, infer modifier has to go before. Has to go before. I mean, this could obviously just fall through right here to that. I'm just not sure how good of an idea that is. Saves us 2 lines of code, though. But really, it's actually faster because these are mutually exclusive cases, or these two are anyway. So like, just finishing and returning would be faster. It's probably more self-documenting if we do that. Whatever, I'm not going to worry about it right now. So we've already potentially fixed a bug right there. Okay, so now let's try set inferred type. So we're setting the substitution inferred type. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, okay, so that is fine. Oh, this is copy inferred type. So this is usually void. Almost always void. Okay. Void. Something like void that gets created at startup and then never changes, we don't really have to worry about if we're setting it late enough or not. Unknown size array, vargs array type. Looks okay. Looks okay. Looks okay. Looks okay. Looks okay. These are copy inferred type. Yeah, most of these are not constructing new types. They're setting types to the types of various sub-expressions. And the types of those sub-expressions are going to be fully baked. It's actually illegal to change them. So we don't really have to look too carefully at most of these, as I say, as I probably accidentally missed something important. We just really have to worry about the times when we're cooking a new type. Like here we're newing a type definition. And then we're setting the literal to be that type. But I think this is fine. We don't change it after that. Module struct void, void. Well, we're about halfway through the file. Target type. Make non-relative pointer. Yeah, okay. Ooh. Ooh. This is maybe going to bite us later. Okay. Anyway. Not for now, though. Okay, I'll leave that. Let's just compile and make sure we haven't broken anything. We say call set inferred type a lot because this is the part of the code that figures out types. Looks like we don't change defin here. Is defin a identifier type? All right, void, 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 type, 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 copy from lambda, blah, 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 blah. I typed all these things, most of them. I had to figure out all of these things that we're just casually paging through here. Once upon a time, this was an empty file containing nothing. And I said, I wish that I could make a programming language as wonderful and amazing as the mighty JavaScript. I wonder if I can do that. And who knows if we will succeed, but we've made some progress in that direction. I don't know why I do that, but all right, I jacked my neck up at dancing a little bit, so I'm going to take an ibuprofen. We are 3/4 of the way through the file. How can you top the gold standard? It's true. What does type renew do? It just gets memory and runs the constructor. The reason it's called type renew is because this file we're in, or this class called typer, does a lot of allocating of nodes. So it's got its own memory pool so that later when we parallelize, it won't have contention when allocating, because, you know, if you call a common malloc or something, first of all, you just don't want to do that for something like this because generalized allocators are slow. Secondly, especially if they handle multi-threading and you have multiple people, you know, trying to lock the data structure, that's no good. But even, you know, like, even if you don't have any contention, like if you're calling a regular malloc in libc, that has to be multi-threaded. So it's got a mutex on it. So you're doing at least one system call, I believe, no matter what. Maybe that's not right, but I think it is. I think you can't get away. I mean, I guess there could be like a spin lock or something preventing you from doing the operating system mutex. Maybe that's true. I don't know, but generalized malloc is not fast in any case. So you want to do something very simple and very fast, and that doesn't involve threaded synchronization at all. A mutex shouldn't be doing a syscall in the happy path. Yeah, why not? Why do you think that it wouldn't? Because if you grab a mutex and then somebody else tries to grab the mutex and is sleeping on it, don't you have to wake them up? Like, unless the operating system writes something to your user space when somebody else tries to grab the mutex, which I guess could be a crazy mutex design. It doesn't sound very reliable, but unless that happens, you have to check when releasing the mutex if anyone else needs to wake up, right? I don't actually know. Like, I mean, maybe happy path is no contention. MSDN explains this in the critical section docs. I should read those. Although I thought when we were talking about futexes on Linux or whatever, I thought we concluded that they have a system call when you release them. Maybe that's not true. So I'm moving to Mixer tonight. Dude, if Mixer will pay me millions of dollars, like I'm sure they paid Ninja, I'll consider it. Well, I mean, if we could have all our emotes on Mixer. That's really what's important. If we can't have our 60% emote on Mixer, then I don't want to go. I mean, you probably can, because every time Microsoft does anything, they just copy the other thing that already exists. So it probably has a monk ass emote and everything, and a hey guys. You're apparently like level 20. Oh, Mixer has levels? All right. That's great. I've always wanted to level up on a streaming channel thing. Okay, so we're looking at the rest of these. What is type? Oh, it's an argument. Make implicit cast to a target type. I mean, let's do this. Whoops. If I was in the mood to have more files, I would split off the code that checks that types match into its own file. Uh-oh. Why are we calling bytecode new here? It's ridiculous. Okay. We make a pointer type. Copy location info. We set pointer to. Okay, that's in the right order. Typer new and bytecode new actually do the same thing right now because neither of those is threaded, but in the long term, they'll need to be different. We're getting there. Line 9300. 9300. That's it. All right. Did we break things? Did we fix things? Who knows? You're only level 2 on Mixer. Let me see. Mixer.com. Ninja. Watch Ninja on Mixer. For a limited time, subscribe to Ninja's channel for free. Do they have him just like streaming 24 hours a day? Live noon to 6 p.m. Central? What a lazy guy. 6 hours of streaming? Oh, only August 2 to 4. I guess he's at the show and doing things, and they coordinated his launch on Mixer with being at Lollapalooza. All right. Let me sign in. Sign in with Microsoft. Let's see if I remember my Microsoft account password. Yeah, oh, I'm signed in. Okay, let's see. Get Embers, earn Sparks, and XP. There's 3 different XPs. Wait, Embers is money. Okay, Sparks is bits. Embers is Microsoft points. And level up is bits. But add bits. Great. I have 5,000 Sparks. I'm level 1 though. Top streams. 24/7 Sparks. Like, just when you have to try this hard to get people to watch things, they feel it. Like, people should be watching things because they just want to, you know? I mean, come on. People don't watch Twitch streams because of ad bits. You know what I mean? People watch Twitch streams because they want to watch Twitch streams. But yeah, this is these are the top streams on Mixer. So even though there's some streams with 1,000 people, there's like 5. There's 5 streams on Mixer with 1,000 people or more, which it's all right. And then who knows if Microsoft inflates those views with bots or whatever, which I wouldn't put it past any company to do. games. All right. Blurry team fight tactics icon. That's the wrong resolution. A Plague Tale. Cuisine Royale. The stream is for mature audiences only. My Twitch is not marked mature, so we can't do it. Yeah, exactly. They have to do gamification on something that's supposed to be fun to do. It's like you don't understand games if you're doing that, you know? I mean, it's kind of lame because like Call of Duty and all these games do that now too, but oh no. It's all lame. There's a book about why that's bad. It's called Punished by Rewards by Alfie Kohn, and it's more in an educational kind of context. And who knows how well that book has survived the psychology replication crisis. But the point is, you definitely change people's attitudes toward things by offering rewards like that. Can I create Oasis so I can become something with my miserable life? Is that like a Ready Player One or whatever? I never saw that. I never read the book. I actually lived through the 80s, so I don't need 80s nostalgia. If you want to see a good show about the 80s, watch Future Man Season 1. Yeah, there's someone who saw Future Man, knows what I'm talking about. You thought Ready Player One was a fun book? I haven't read it, but I didn't hear good things about it. I mean, have you read like Snow Crash or Neuromancer or any of that stuff? Stranger Things is a great documentary. I couldn't watch Stranger Things. It just, I don't know. I didn't like it. But I'm telling you, Future Man Season 1. Season 2 of Future Man really sucks, but Season 1's pretty good. You read Neuromancer so you could say that you did. Yeah, I wonder if it holds up today. I mean, Neuromancer is from 1984 when people had Apple IIs and Commodore 64s, so yeah, who knows? I read Snow Crash, but not Neuromancer. Okay. Well, I thought Snow Crash was a pretty good book. Pretty good foundational cyberpunk book. Anyone read Slaughterhouse 5? Yes, Slaughterhouse 5 is good. You heard Neuromancer predicted a lot of far-fetched things. Is that true? I don't know. So the thing is, okay, first of all, I read Neuromancer like when it came out. So I don't remember it that well. Secondly, I've also read a lot of Gibson novels that are like in the same worlds. So Neuromancer is like the first book in a trilogy. And then there were a bunch of short stories with the same characters and stuff. So it kind of all blurs together. And actually, what I remember being my favorite book of that trilogy was actually Mona Lisa Overdrive. So like, I don't even remember that well. Yeah, I should go reread those at some point. I just have such a long reading list. The only book you have read is Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone, the first chapter, and threw it in the trash. That's not the first Harry Potter book, so why would you start reading not the first book? I don't like Harry Potter either. I mean, I haven't read the books, but whatever. I didn't like the movies. Hey, look, we fixed that previous problem without having to go to the debugger. See, it works. Actually looking at your code for problems works sometimes. Oh, Philosopher's Stone is the first book. That's the British title. Okay. I see. I get it. I get it. Who has time for books when there's so much code to write and compile? It's true. Especially when you can build Flatpaks and deploy them on Kubernetes. Yeah, Sorcerer's Stone sounds really lame. Because, like, the Philosopher's Stone is an actual thing from alchemy that people know about. So I assume, I mean, I don't know anything about Harry Potter, but I assume that they mean the actual Philosopher's Stone from alchemy. So why would you change that? It's like something with hundreds to thousands of years of history. Philosopher's Stone is a better title. It is one syllable longer, though. Maybe the dumb Americans can't handle one extra syllable. Pretty sure the publisher just thought Americans wouldn't know what the Philosopher's Stone is, but they wouldn't know what the Sorcerer's Stone is either. But I bet they said, oh, we don't want people to think this is a philosophy book. Philosophy is not exciting. Sorcery is exciting. I bet that's the decision that was made. Why didn't they say the Magic Stone? That's even one syllable less. Harry Potter and the Magic Stone. And the Kidney Stone, yeah. Harry Potter and magic. Okay, somebody, okay, this is going to be good, okay? I know that this stream has a fairly big audience intersection with Handmade Hero. So next time one of you guys is in Handmade Hero, or preferably a lot of you, okay? I guess Casey's on break this weekend, although maybe he's coming back. I don't know. Ask Casey to tell you all about Harvey Putter, okay? Ask him to tell you about Harvey Putter. Yes, Devin has it. So when he does question and answers before the stream, ask about Harvey Putter. He won't be confused. He'll know what this is about. Okay. You know, I think we finished. I think we can check this in. We're going to run the tests in release. I've spent a lot of time in these last couple streams running tests, which is why tests are often inefficient. But we're doing relatively dicey, scary stuff, so I'm okay running a lot of tests. At least the released ones go so much faster. Okay, yeah. I guess we're committing this. Whoa, not Sokoban, the other thing. Well, congratulations, people. This is a big commit. Oh, let's fix our to-do file. Oh, let's look for no check-ins, by the way, because there may be some. Oh my God. How many no check-ins did I put? Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I want to commit this and then investigate some of these. Some of these we could straight remove. Like this one's fine. That's a new one that we added. Like this can go away at this point. Okay, this one we're gonna change to something else. Assert size. Asserts that size is not -1. This story, this hack story, we need to look at all the assert sizes and clean the comments off them because they used to be init size. Actually, I think this, let's put a no check-in back there because I think we can simplify this out. Or actually, let's put a phase 2 because we're going to check in and then we're going to search for all the phase 2s. Okay, hold on. Let me get a new list of no check-ins. So some of these we'll delete right away. Okay. This is going to be a phase 2. Same here. so why did I not do assert size here? That's weird. Oh, because that got auto replaced. Okay. So this should be assert size. It's just that that was init size before. Same here, same code, same everything. This is a debug hook that we put. This is phase 2. The type def bool, we don't need to assert on that. Like these ones that we init at the beginning, like, oh wait, that one is, yeah. Okay. What is this? Where? Translate type. Okay, I'm not convinced that that should be that way. I think this was a temporary workaround for other problems. Okay, so that's all the no check-ins. Okay, we'll go to our to-do. We'll say phase 2. Okay. Actually, this, see this stuff, hold on. Now I have to frickin' deal with this conflict for real. No, don't mark as resolved. Edit conflicts. What? How do I do this? Why does this not? There used to be like all. Where's the ribbon of stuff? Oh, minimize the ribbon. I didn't want that. Okay. That's it. Mark is resolved. All right. We got to update this though, I guess. Okay. There we go. So, phase 2. Oh wait, what was my other thing that I did? I had handle sleeps in main loop. Okay, fine. Commit. Big check-in. Moved almost all init size to typer. No more size flailing later in the pipeline. That is good. That is good. Uh-oh. There's a no check-in. What? What? Are we case sensitive searching? It said asked. Why is Visual Studio not? Oh, it's not saved. All right, great. What the hell is going on now? Assert size. Right. Okay, we're going to run our tests again. Where are we at on? Dude, we're going to be below 48300 now. Code's going down. We like it. We like it when lines of code go down. If you ever are thinking of taking a programming job at a company, and that company, in a press release, brags about how many lines of code they have, being a high number, do not take that job. It's going to be a bad job. Do not take that job. Previous coworker bragged about how his PowerShell script was 400 lines. Well, 400 lines, you know. All right. All right. Boom. That, ladies and gentlemen, is progress. Very good. I feel very good about that check-in. So now let's look at phase 2. I mean, I'm almost ready to call it Miller time after that. That is huge, that check-in. Huge. It's going to be huge, like the Mexican border wall. All right. So, like, this just doesn't need to be there. I mean, I think I could just do this. So we're going to run some debug stuff. The presenter had 100,000 lines of code to work with at his company. I hope it wasn't eLisp. That's an unmanageable amount of eLisp. All right. Uh-oh. Already. Interesting. Oh, it's probably the... Okay, hold on. Let me just copy this here and see who it fails on. Because I think it might be okay. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Daphne is not polymorphic. Let's look at our def and flags. Whoops, we've still got a commit window open. We did that. 8, 16, 32. It's a struct, but has no other obvious flags. Oh, if it's a, wait, what? Non-instantiable. True. I mean, I guess assert size. Can we put the instantiable check in assert size? How do we know? See, the thing is, I want this to be a quick macro, but if it's a struct, like it's hairier. I guess we'll do that though, because we want to be able to say assert size. So here's what we're going to do. So what was this again? Is not instantiable on struct flags. Okay. So if def and struct desk one thing, else this. Okay. Def and struct desk. Actually, let's reverse this. Polymorphic, because we want to not check it against polymorphic either way. So if it's not polymorphic, then if it's a struct, do this, otherwise just assert. Why did it just, I was editing that macro and it just flipped. How do people get by without IDEs? How can you just use a text editor? Why don't you want your thing integrated with your programming system so it can flip the pages while you're in the middle of typing to the place where your assertion happened in the code that's no longer relevant because you're totally changing what it all is? Why would you want to take the productivity hit of not having these things happen anymore? All right. If it's a struct desk, if is it called struct flags? Struct flags. Is incomplete specialization or struct is not instantiable. If that, not that, assert okay, because this is C++ macros, you have to remember to frickin' do this. I also have to remember to not ever accidentally call this with like a function. Because God help you in that case. All right. Maybe that'll work better. Why not use backslash to separate it to multiple lines? We could do that. Is that really going to help anything right now? I don't know. How come there's been quite a bit of late night streaming? It's just been the mood that I'm in. Okay, while that's running, we'll look for more phase 2 stuff. Okay, that. I mean, I think we don't. So my theory is this is fine. Whoops. We'll just let this test go. This is the stream that you really shouldn't watch. Why? Do I say bad things? Oh. Well, I don't always stream at this time. I stream at other times. I fire people. Well, I do. Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes you got to fire people. Sometimes you got to get fired. That's how it is. Do you actually fire as many people as the memes would suggest? No. I actually have only ever fired one person in my life, and that was in like 1999 or something. We've almost fired several people with the current company, but people always quit before they get fired. That's just how it's been. Because I kind of drag my feet. I really should have just straight up fired people, but I try to give people too many chances, and whatever. It's a problem. Is there a limit on number of return values? Not officially. I'm sure if you have like more than 4 billion or something, the compiler will probably fail. What kind of reasons were there for the firings? Well, the one official firing, it was just we'd started a company. We were working hard making games, and then we hired on a friend from college to help with programming, and just he almost never got anything done. Like, he would take months to do like one 20-line function or something. Like, that might be an exaggeration, but It was real bad. And it was worse because we hired him because he was our friend. And then it was just like, oh my God, we don't have money to pay him. And he's not helping us get anything done. And it's just making everything more stressful. The fact that now we have to think about that this isn't working. Yeah. Getting fired is the definition of the circle of life. The thing is, I don't think it was about how hard he was working or not. Like, I don't remember him goofing off during work or anything. It's just like somehow he would sit there in front of the computer and like not produce any code for a very long time. That's all. All right, so we've changed this thing in type table. Let's go for one more thing in phase 2. My theory is this isn't necessary either. So we'll run another tests. Let's run the game. As long as it even gets as far as opening the window, I generally feel pretty good about it. All right. Construct 3 gives you hope for web technology. Have I seen it? No. If it's built on top of old web technology, then I don't really want to see it. Maybe he was removing code and I didn't appreciate it at the time. No, I mean, I even forget what it was, but there was something that, there was like a specific thing that we gave him as the first thing to do. Like some piece of functionality on the game that we were building. Like a data structure or something. Like, I don't even know. And I was like, okay, this will take a week, maybe 2 weeks if he's slow. And it was like 3.5 to 4 months later. I'm like, oh my God, dude, we have to pull the plug on this. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, but I hope that he went on. I haven't kept in touch with him, but I hope that he went on to have a good programming life. Certainly no ill will there. It's just didn't work out. It's this visual event programming thing with JavaScript and stuff. Well, I don't particularly love the JavaScript part, but I suppose it could be retargeted to different things. HTML5 based 2D game editor. Games in drag and drop fashion. Is it a different visual editor than something like Blueprints, or is it similar? Did he not have a mentor? Well, I mean, we were both sort of there talking to him all the time. I mean, we probably could have handled it better. We could have handled everything better back in those days. But also, like, we were all supposed to be about the same level of experience. So, like, mentoring, it doesn't make that much sense. They give you so easy tasks that you do them in a day, while for them it takes 1 week. Well, wow, 1 year, man. 60% of 1 year. Is it web scale? Good question. Not sure why people like giving 20/20 hindsight advice all the time. Yeah. No, I mean, back in this first company, I mean, I was new in games. I didn't know anything about making games. We were learning everything technically, design-wise, and running a company-wise. And we really, I could have been a lot better at business. Let's put that simply. But also just like team management and personality management, like when you're working with people, could have done all that a lot better. No question. There's a high variance in student performance. Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. All right, so this is looking good. We have definitely okay. So I want to actually, before we remove more phase twos, maybe the rest of the phase twos are going to be phase threes, because I want to check in here, because we're being very careful about not breaking things. I want to search for all the assert sizes, because a lot of them, well, there's this type table weirdness. We'll search for that too. We did this search and replace on init size to assert size, so there might be a lot of like hack or cleanup comments that shouldn't be there anymore. Type table weirdness. There's a lot of those. This is going to get handled under the general, maybe we de-recursivize this a little bit. I'm not that worried about this. I think this is fixed. Let's kick off a test on that. While I look for the rest of these type table weirdness comments. I mean, anywhere where we assert size, we're not having weirdness anymore, so those comments can probably go. Those were just my way of marking. Wait, what does TT new do? Like, why don't we? Okay. We are gonna, we're gonna clean this out. Uh-oh. Oh, this is probably just going slow. Yeah, there we go. I thought it was infinite looping. I was like, no. Okay, we're gonna go, actually, we're gonna check in, and then we're gonna go through the type table. The thing is, we have all these manual assignments to def and size. Those should just be in TT new. This assignment to runtime size shouldn't be there. Like, we can remove a lot of lines of code that way. except that there might be one or two cases in which we don't do that, but we could flag those. Okay. Let's just run this again. And we're going to go. Wait, did I leave a no check-in? Okay. Bam. And let's not forget we're looking at type table weirdness first. And I'm just going to check this in while the tests are running. Size-based cleanups, small size-based cleanups. Okay. How are we doing on code size? Oh yeah, we like the number going down. We like the number going down. Okay. So TT new is gonna get fixed. Runtime size is and we could say so we can put the assert size there. TT allocate. Oh, see, we can't say skip size. Macros. 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 If this is the only one where we want to skip, we could expand it out. Let's see. Runtime size. And like, why don't we set the type info as well? Okay. Runtime size. Type def poly use. That's a skip size. Let's actually I mean, we don't have to skip size because it'll do the right thing either way, but like all of these, there's only one type def bool and type def type. Like these could all be lifted out of here and done at a init time or something. I don't know. Okay. Yeah. TT new, assert size, runtime size. TT new, runtime size. TT new, assert size, runtime size. Okay. How much did we save there? 11 lines. And we probably get approximately another 11, but we're going to test this first. So we have TT new and TT new skip size. So false, true, and bool skip size. If we don't skip size, we assert size, and we set the runtime size. Seems straightforward, but of course, our capacity to screw things up is unbounded. Wait, what? Am I forgetting how this works? Oh no. Wait, we need... Am I about to use a template for this? Oh, God. Because... Right. Wait, what? What happened to the... Okay, no, we can do it without. Okay. We're just allocating two things. The thing is that the user metaprogram can see this, but can't see this. So we're allocating them together. So we're going to say this goes here like that. Cool. Let's see. Let's run a very slow test again. Oh God. We broke something probably. Where's my test running? Oh, we're in another shell. So now we have to search. Like what? Like, is this a bug that we somehow weren't detecting before? Like, what is any of this? This is us filling out type infos. What does that have to do with the type check? Oh, I guess it depends on whether things get unique or not. Well, let's just see. Did we like fix a bug? Or did create a bug? Okay, name bytes is a U8 pointer. Okay. Wide caret a multi-byte takes a U8 pointer for multi-byte stir. So why is it complaining? Well, maybe they both got collapsed to the same frickin' thing. Oh. I don't know, people. Yeah, I don't use templates hardly ever in C++. They're just too nasty. I think it's getting close to bedtime for me, but I want to figure this out. And then debate. Like, I could keep crunching code down like this. This and this are basically the same in all of these. So I could like put these in the macro. Oh, wait. Find or add. We can't actually put this in the macro because this has to happen after this other stuff. If I moved anything, I forgot about that. If I moved a find or add to be too early, that would be not good. Let me space this the same as that. Space it the same. Space it the same. space it the same, space it. I'm curious about what I broke then. Because, like, what the hell, dude? Okay, so if it's a pointer, did I get skip size and non-skip size backwards? Let's make it do size instead of skip size. Do size. If do size. Okay, so after we do this, I'm just going to assert info size is greater than 0. Because I feel like if, like, maybe we're writing this into the wrong location or something, and that would cause the pointers to get, okay. Runtime. Why am I making this temporary variable? Why don't I just set relative pointer size either way? I don't know. Okay, we found our problem, I believe. Info runtime size is -1. All right. 53. This is happening at startup very quickly, so we should be able to find it. Okay, let's look at our info though. See, I'm doing this thing. I don't know. Let's look. TT allocate, do size is true. We get the memory, extra, result, info. Info runtime size. Oh, because we run the frickin' constructor afterward. That's why I can't do it. I hope somebody saw this and said, dude, you're dumb. Okay, what's happening is we init the size to -1. We init the size to -1 here, which I guess I'm inclined to keep doing. And then, so we're setting the size, and then we're returning from here. The macro is running the placement new on the memory and setting it back to -1, back to the future. No, the macro is named correctly. The macro is fine. Okay, so I mean, I'm just going to undo this part. I'm going to make a second macro that does the other things. Because the thing is, I don't want to do like stupid C++ comma operator stuff to like, forget it. So I'm going to do, we're going to take out the do size. Okay. Take this out. we're going to say define finish info to be well, we don't need to return a value. Oh, dude, oh, this is so gross. Because I don't want to have to pass the same type in again. You know what? We're just going to revert this. Because I think this is the only thing. We can save some lines of code here, but I don't want to do it when I'm tired. Right? Is this the only thing we did? Yeah, okay. We can delete that one. But what we're really going to do is think about how to do this later. We'll just make a macro. See, the thing is, like, I kind of want to cast backward to this type info with expert data that we're pre-allocating, and then get the type off that so I don't have to redundantly pass it into the macro, which is error prone. The problem is then you're trusting that the optimizer is going to optimize that away, and I don't like to do that. So I just need to think about, what I want. So in the meantime, this can go, and this can go. Anyway, so there's a few things that we do that we can combine all into one macro, right? We can do assert size, runtime size. These I tend to do at the beginning, which is why I was putting them in here, but they could also happen at the end. These have to happen at the end, and they have to happen every time. So really the thing to do is to make a macro that does like these 4 things. Although I guess I could pass defen in redundantly because it's just defen. It's the same thing for all of these. So, or we could just have the macro use a variable called defen, and it's fine. In fact, we could have it use info as well. We could have it use info and defen. I'm okay with that, actually. But I don't want to do it now because I'm sleepy. So I think it's bedtime for me, and then we'll pick up the next stream. We'll do this and look at the rest of these phase 2 things. Whoops. So these type table weirdnesses, we're just getting rid of old asserts and stuff. Phase 2, we've got a few of those. They're not a big deal. It's just some more lines of code we can remove. And then I wanted to look for assert size. All these hack comments. So we want to just go through those and just clean up assert size, remove hack comments, etc. Maybe remove some assert sizes. Right, so the thing with those is they used to be init size, they used to be bad hacks. We've removed the bad hacks. So we can remove the comments saying that they're bad hacks. So these all seem like very nitpicky things, but again, the whole point of what I'm doing right now is raising the quality of the code, making it cleaner, getting rid of all this stuff. So now, you know, once I finish doing this without making any mistakes, that is step one of this two-step thing. The second step is adding all these types to the type table, which is actually the code we were just looking in. But that code gets called a little bit separately from that code that initializes the size on the types. And I think those can be combined. And so it should, step two, in theory, should be easier than step one was and take less time. And then once both those steps are done, then we can think about parallelizing that back end. So I don't think we're very far away. I think it's pretty good. Do I think that the transpiled bytecode used by Microsoft in the new start menu will solve the known bugs? Is that serious? Is that a real thing? Is that why the start menu sucks so bad? Who on earth needs a new start menu? Well, I mean, to be clear, they don't show enough ads and Candy Crush in the start menu yet, right? Especially if you're like me and you take all that stuff out and you get this big gray rectangle that's too big. I mean, come on, look at how many ads and tracking cookies could fit in that gray rectangle, okay? Like, clearly it could be improved. There is no Candy Crush there at all. Okay. Bet the new start menu will be an HTML renderer. Yeah, I could almost guarantee you that it will be. That's just the way they're going, right? Embedded edge instance, yeah. All right, thank you everybody for coming by. I'm gonna get some sleep. We may stream in the morning, we may not, depending on what time it is when I wake up. Probably not, honestly. Yeah, thank you for coming to my late night stream. My late night code quality increase stream. We did a good job. Again, it felt like a tiny incremental thing, but we finally got that check-in of all those size things, which is major. That is major. That has been a crappy thing for basically almost 5 years in the compiler, and it's not crappy anymore. So thank you for helping me make it not crappy. All right, good night, everybody. I'll see you later. We once again didn't do any emotes, so we're going to have to do another emote soon. See ya.